The people of Cuba are poor but strong-willed. Unlike other developing countries, there were relatively few beggars. Because of the free education, many people are educated. Cuba has some of the best medical schools in the region that attract students from all over the world. The physical characteristics of Cubans are unique in that Cuban citizens come from European, African, and indigenous descent. The Taino people were the indigenous people of Cuba, but became nearly extinct due to smallpox and other infectious diseases brought by the Spanish colonists. Many Cubans with African descent were involved in the revolutions, which boosted their status as national heroes. However, there is still some racial inequality. According to one study done in 2007, the civil and public leadership is about 70% white, even though Cuba is about 2/3 black and mixed race. Cuba is a tropical country and the weather is hot, which resulted in more, liberal attire by Cubans and tourists. However, we did see many Cuban men wearing the traditional guayabera, which is a mixture between a shirt and a tunic. It is distinguished by two vertical rows of closely sewn pleats that run the length of the front and back of the shirt. Many of the iconic elements of Havana were still visible. The tall, narrow streets, busy with pico taxis and laced with small shops. As you walk towards the main streets, antique cars roll down the streets as visible relics of the American presence in Cuba. Thousands of American cars from the 1940s and 50s still make up a significant form of transportation for the island nation. When Fidel Castro rose to power, Cubans weren't permitted to buy cars from the US, and the government never had enough money to import cars from Europe or Asia. However, the car's authenticity only goes skin deep, as most of the parts are not original to the make of the car, and they're only kept running due to the ingenuity of the Cuban people. On Friday, we went to Jum'ah, or Friday prayers at the masjid. The first part of the service was given in Arabic. Pedro Lazo Torres, also known as Imam Yahya, gave the second part in Spanish. After Juma, we got a chance to talk with Imam Pedro about the Muslims in
Welcome, Rahima, welcome.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Yo estoy aquí con el Imam Yahya, que se llama Pedro
Lazo. Pedro Lazo. I need to say salamu alaikum a todos los hermanos y hermanas en Washington, en Cincinnati, en Ohio, en Miami, en Florida, en New York. en todos los lugares de los Estados Unidos.
Sí, eso es correcto.
Yo vine al Islam por la lógica y la razón del Islam. La lógica del Islam. Habiendo conocido la escritura bíblica, después cuando encontré el libro, el Corán, pude comprender mejor el propósito de Allah, el mensaje de Allah. Y el Islam es fácil, es la lógica y la razón la que hace que tú puedas convertirte a la religión. Y bueno, nosotros vinimos a la religión. Yo no pienso que yo fuera el primer musulmán, pero alrededor de la persona mía vinieron, cuando me convertí después, algunos hermanos de la familia, amigos, y creamos un grupo que antes del año 89 no había ningún grupo. Después que nosotros iniciamos el trabajo, se creó un grupo y ese grupo fue creciendo poco a poco, y entonces ya se creó algo. Nosotros empezamos a trabajar en nuestra casa, le pusimos mezquita de Taqwa.
¿Mezquita de qué?
Taqwa.
Taqwa.
A la casa donde nosotros vivimos.
Sí.
Y estuvimos ahí muchos años. Estuvimos desde el año 1991 hasta el año 2015. Every Friday. ¿Ya? Cada viernes. Hasta que el día 17 de junio del año pasado se inauguró este lugar. ¿Comprende?
Sí.
Por eso tenemos este lugar ahora, pero antes no había nada.
The Imam invited us to go to an interfaith panel where people of different faiths were invited to attend. It was good to see that the religious community of Cuba have a unified voice, particularly in a socialist country that in the past discouraged organized religion.
Los hombres y mujeres de buena voluntad tienen los
Hermano,
Sí.
yo es cubanito.
Yo soy.
Yo soy cubanito. Our trip was a spicy mix of visiting beautiful beaches, family connections, historic sites, as well as jumping through the hurdles of economic sanctions imposed by the United States. The Muslim community here is vibrant and promising with its inclusivity and moderation. We weren't as excited about the cuisine as we had hoped, but we managed to find several good places to eat in Havana. Overall, we definitely recommend people to visit Cuba. And even if you're not a Muslim, be sure to stop by Casa de los Árabes and the Abdullah Mosque and meet Imam Yahya, Akil, Sister Aisha, and other members of the growing Muslim community. This Dean TV video was brought to you in part by Penny Appeal USA, Small Change, Big Difference, by Islamic Relief, working together for a better world, and by Guidance Residential, the #1 Islamic home financer in the U.S.